So I know a lot of you guys are runners. I am not a runner at all. So I'm going to try using a running analogy. Hopefully I don't sound completely ridiculous. But it made sense when I was thinking about it. So if you tell me that, Paul, you have no idea what running's actually like, well, yeah, you're probably right. But let's actually start out with the text today in our 5-minute devotional from John 16:28 to 33. Finishing out the chapter. Jesus saying, I came from the Father and have come into the world, and now I am leaving the world and going to the Father. And his disciples said, now you are speaking plainly and not using figurative speech. Now we know that you know all things and do not need anyone to question you. This is why we believe that you came from God. Jesus answered them, Do you now believe? Behold, the hour is coming, indeed it has come, when you will be scattered, each to his own home, and you will leave me alone. Yet I am not alone, for the Father is with me. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. So thinking about that last line first. In the world, you're going to have trouble. You're going to have tribulation. But I've overcome the world. How do those things fit together? So this is where I'm thinking about a race. And let's say you're doing really well in the race. And this is cross country, so you've been running a long time. And it might not feel too good. I imagine that running a long distance doesn't feel good. Maybe, I guess you guys like that kind of thing, some of you. It would not feel good to me. But say you're doing really well, and you're in front, and the next person is like a ways back, and you're getting toward the finish. And there's no way that that next person's going to catch up. The race is good as done. But that doesn't mean you get to stop. You have to keep going. And in that keeping going, you might not feel good. Like, your legs might hurt a lot, or you might feel like you're going to throw up or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a runner. But it just because the victory is assured doesn't mean that what's between you and the victory is not going to be hard. And so, with Jesus and his disciples, Jesus has overcome the world, or what he's about to do in the next 3 days will be overcoming the world through his death and resurrection. But that doesn't mean that things aren't going to be hard. Even that span of time and in the rest of their lives. And guess what? In the rest of our lives too. Jesus has overcome and will come and make everything new again. But stuff is still hard. And those things are both true at the same time. But as Christians, we get to live knowing that there's no way that that anything back there is going to catch up with us. That with Jesus the victory is assured, even if it still feels like really hard sometimes, and we're going to have trouble. So there's that. So backing up from that. Another couple of interesting contradictory things. He says, that I know the hour is coming when each of you guys are going to leave me. Really soon, you're just going to go away and you're going to desert me. And I've said these things to you that you might have peace. Yeah, you guys are all going to fail me, and I'm telling you that to make you feel better. What? Well, he might be speaking more about that than just about that sentence. When he says, these things I've spoken that you might have peace, he might be referring to a lot of the stuff that he's been saying over the last several chapters. But even taking that chunk, he knows their flaws so well that he knows exactly how they're going to fail him. And he is still committed to them. And he still wants them to have peace. Guess what? Jesus knows your flaws. He probably even has a good idea of how you're going to fail him. And he's still committed to you. And he still wants you to have peace. Take heart.